Hi all, this is Nia Tate. Welcome to my channel. Hope all is well with you. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Hit one of the buttons below. I am here to review The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, The Reunion Part 1. So there are 4 parts to this reunion, and it started off as all of the other reunions do. Andy's going around saying hello to everyone, making a little bit of chit chat. And as far as the fashions, no one really jumped out at me. My favorite was actually Sutton. I love that blue on her. I thought it was really pretty on her. I thought she looked like refreshed and happy. And that's the best I've seen her look in a long time. Everybody else was just, okay. Nothing to write home about, in my opinion. So as I said, Andy's going around saying hello to everyone. So he says he saves Erica Jane for last, and um, Erica Jane says, Andy said, "How are you?" And she's like, "Well, I've been better." And he said, "Did you sleep? How'd you sleep last night?" "Oh, I slept well. I slept fine." So, why would you think I wouldn't sleep well? Well, Andy said, "Well, I think you'd be, a little bit nervous or whatever." "Oh no, I'm not nervous. Why would I be nervous?" So she got an attitude, right from the jump. We can see that we were expecting it. So Andy asked her a few questions, like, did she ever consider quitting the show? And her answer was, I think she said her attorneys had advised her at one point to quit, and she said no, she didn't. She wasn't going to do that because she had nothing to hide. And so Andy said, "Well, now this is your income. This check is your income." In other words, Andy was trying to say, well, you really didn't probably want to quit because you need you need this money. But she said, well, not, at that point in time, I didn't know. I had no idea, that I'd be in a situation I am in now. Yeah, sure you didn't, Erica. Sure you didn't. And all the while she's talking, her parakeet, Lisa Renner, sitting there nodding her head and yes, uh-huh, everything she said. And then later on we're going to see vice versa. Erica Jane does the same thing when Lisa Renner is talking. So it really makes me really believe some of the vlogs and some of the things allegedly that says that Lisa Renner had to borrow money from, allegedly from Erica Jane and her husband and Tom, because of the business, that store that Lisa Renner had that went under, and also their house is allegedly in foreclosure. I don't know, but it's just that alliance between those two is really, really thick, and I just never imagined them like last season. I didn't think they was that tight, but evidently they tighter than pantyhose 2 sizes small. They real thick. So they go ahead and they talk a little bit more, and then we get to Garcelle. They bring Garcelle up, and Andy, they do a whole little recap of Garcelle. He said, Garcelle, you said that you didn't feel a part of the of the girls of the inner group, and so they started running this back, and of course they all kind of like making faces and stuff when they said that. So then, when it gets to a Dorit starts and she says, well, Garcelle, I feel like you in confessionals, you go at me for no reason. You don't say much when we're together, but then when you get into the confessionals, you have a lot to say. I'm like, isn't that what all of y'all do? Okay. So, Garcelle, and that's what Garcelle said. Garcelle said we all do it. And Lisa Rinna said, yeah, we all do it. But you do it, I think you do it more than anyone else. Yeah, than anyone else. Like, who talking to you, first of all, Rinna? Who's talking to you? Okay. So, Garcelle said, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you, Lisa Rinna. See, that's what they don't like. Let me tell you something. Garcelle is a professional. Garcelle has been in this business for over 30 years. Over. People that know who she is, over 20 years ago, she was on the Jamie Foxx show. he had a TV show. For those that don't know, she was on that show. She's been in a ton of movies. She's been in the business a long time. She knows how to handle herself working with a strong group of women, whereas some people don't. But she does. And that, I think, is part of the problem that really burns them up. So Dorit, so then Dorit goes on to say, well, I really just wish that you would be, that you would just tell me and be more straightforward. Garcelle said, well, then when I told you straightforward, you was upset about that. So it's like I can't win with you guys. Either I say too much or I don't say enough. I don't know which is it. And so Garcelle said, I do want an apology for one of those words that you used when we were at the lip event. You called me, and they showed the flashback. She said, you called me a bully. And so Dorit said, well, did you give me a chance to apologize? I actually was going to say that I used the wrong word. But you didn't give me, you interrupted me, and you didn't give me a chance to 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 apologize. You didn't even give me a chance. So then Garcelle went to say something else, and she said, let me finish, Dorit. Let me finish, Garcelle. Let me finish. I mean, she was screaming, and the other ladies, they, like Kyle's eyes were stretching, and she was kind of smiling, and they thought it was funny. I didn't think it was funny at all. And she's lucky that Garcelle is the type of woman that she is. And because I'm going to tell you one thing, what you're not going to do is scream at me like I'm one of your children. You're not going to do that. So kudos again to Garcelle because she held it together. And she said, make your point, Dorit. Go ahead and make your point. And then it looked like it ticked her off more. Let me tell you something. I really didn't. This was all the talk on Twitter this week. It kind of, it really didn't bother me at all. I'm not going to say it didn't bother me, but what I peeped game, Dorit and Lisa Rinna have no storylines, period. Let's face it, Lisa Rinna went in her closet and looked at her fashions from 20 years ago on 2 different episodes. You getting paid all that money to do that? Okay. So what better way to make a splash at the reunion than to come at one of the most popular cast members? Because otherwise, nobody was gonna know you was there, especially with all of this stuff going on with Erica Jane. So that's why they came at Dorit. I mean at Garcelle. That's what that was about. That was about, I need a moment, and I'm gonna take my moment by coming at Garcelle. And I also think it's some jealousy involved in it. They're jealous because Garcelle, let's face it, she is one of the fan favorites. Look, Garcelle is not perfect by far, and I'm not a groupie of hers or anything, but I will say that she definitely is a great addition to this show. She knows how to handle herself well, and I think they're jealous, like I said, because she's become a fan favorite. Also, that she still has a career outside of this show. And I know some of you may say, oh, well, they don't need a career. They don't need that money. Are you serious? You think one of them wouldn't like to go sit their behind on the reel every day, 5 days a week, and get a nice check just for sitting down talking and interviewing people? Are you serious? Of course they would. She's still making movies, be them on Lifetime or whatever. When the last time we seen Lisa Rinna on TV or in a movie anywhere? Besides on TV, besides here. Okay? Nobody checking for her. And Dorit, she doing them fashions over there in her definition of fashion. And then that's another thing. Sutton, when they were going around, well, we'll get to that. Let me stay focused on Garcelle. So that's another reason why I feel that they jealous. And another reason is Garcelle is gorgeous. Garcelle is 54 years old, and she look gorgeous. I don't know if she's had work done, but she definitely have not had the work that Rinna and Dorit had, and she wrapped rings around them. Okay, so let's not stop. So I think it was a combination of Lisa Rinna and Dorit wanting to get a moment, and also trying to bring it out of Garcelle, which would have knocked 2 birds off with 1 stone. Trying to bring out the like a real nasty side of Garcelle. Like they were trying to poke at her and make her come out of character. but she didn't do that because, like I said, she's a professional. She knows how to handle herself. And the fact that she wasn't letting them take her out of her character really burning them up. Because this is the thing. See, they don't want somebody to come in, especially somebody new with a strong opinion, because they get attention and that takes attention away from them. Case in point, Crystal. Look, they done broke Crystal down to the fact that we didn't even realize Crystal was on the last episode, barely. You know, Crystal came in very opinionated, very strong, confident, knowing who she was. Them first couple of episodes, by the end of the season, child, we didn't even realize she was still there. And that's because of them. They did that. But they're not going to do that to Garcelle. Y'all can huff, you can puff, you can blow your house down. It's not going to work. And then, okay, Andy said, well, where do you two stand, Dorit and Garcelle? So Garcelle said, I don't dislike Dorit. And it was like, oh, that don't sound so encouraging. She said, I don't dislike her. Come on, Garcelle, you know you don't want to be bothered with her. I don't blame you. But they just agreed, I guess, to just like start over and just leave it from scratch. I don't believe it, and I don't on either side. I don't think, like I said, I think Dorit has her ulterior motives, and I mean I don't think Garcelle likes Dorit. You know, it is what it is. Some people just will not like each other. It is what it is. So then Andy goes on to he said, "Okay, Rena, let's get into it with you and Garcelle. What is the issue with you and Garcelle?" And Rena is like, "Well, Andy said, you know, Lisa Rena, she gave you a birthday celebration. She you know, they brought you over the sauce. Did you feel?" Andy asked Garcelle, "Did you feel that was excuse me, did you think that was genuine, or did you think that was a part of playing chess?" And Garcelle said, "You know, I'm really not sure. Because there's no trust there, so I'm really not sure." And what people need to realize is that Garcelle, look, Denise and Rena were supposed to be friends too. So if I'm supposed to be, because apparently Garcelle and Lisa Rinna have known each other for over 20 years. So if I'm Garcelle, or if I'm in a alleged a friend group, now I don't know if they was friends like seeing each other every week, or you know if they were friends, or if they were just like friends when they see each other, you know, maybe catch dinner every now and then. I don't know what the whole deal with her and Denise and all of that was, but they were friendly. The way that Lisa Rinna came at Denise, and she's been knowing her the same amount of time she know me. I wouldn't trust Rinna either, because what's to say she wouldn't do it to me? So the fact that everybody's like, well, I don't know why, that's none of her business. That's none of her business the way she did Denise. It would make me a little leery of you two. It really would, because I would be like, okay, if she did that to her, then it would make me question her a bit, and that's only natural. So then Lisa Rinna goes on and said, when Garcelle said that, well, I don't know, it's because of the trust. So Lisa Rinna was like, well, you know, that's interesting, you know, because I was really being genuine. I was being genuine. And then Erica Jane got the nerve and the audacity to come in and say, well, you know, what if she just stops trying? I mean, what if she just, first of all, Erica, you need to just sit there and eat your food. You got enough problems going on. We gonna get to you. You the whole reason we got 4 episodes. So pipe down over there. But you see that little alliance between her and Lisa Rinna. Well, what if she just keeps trying? You know. So Garcelle basically says, well, you know, I don't know. We just, you know, it's just a lot to work on. And she said something to the effect of, you know, I think we're all work in progress. If somebody comes to me, am I not allowed to to say I've changed or I made a change? Erica Jane gonna say, not at this point. I'm set. I am who I am at this point. We know that. So that's why when you was on this show this season trying to act like you was so humble, and you was a whole, you was so complacent, and so, girl around the way, we knew daggone well that wasn't the real you. You was playing a role. So you, like you said, you just told on yourself again. You said, I'm set, not me, I'm set. I know who I am. I'm 50 years old. I know who I am. Exactly. Because there was a whole bunch of BS that you thought we, the viewers, was going to buy into when you was being phony. You see what happened when you don't just sit there and eat your food? Shut up. So then they go back and forth a little bit, and then um, Garcelle says she told Renner, someone told me, I was told that someone said you didn't like the fact that I brought race into the show. And then Lisa Renner's like, well, why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you? And then Erica said, well, why didn't you ask her? You didn't ask Sutton straight up when she said, when people said that she said things behind your back. Cause she, Erica Jane. Okay? Erica. So yeah, so Lisa Rinna's like, well, I didn't say, I would never say that. I would never say that. And Garcelle said, I don't know that. And I said, you know what? You're right. I don't think that Garcelle, whoever Garcelle got that from, I believe it, because I don't think Garcelle would have, if somebody that she didn't trust and value what they said had brought that up. I don't think she would have brought it up. For what? She don't need the read of all people gonna say when she was talking to Garcelle. Well, I didn't know if you were trying to just get attention or whatever. Garcelle don't need no attention. Garcelle is that when she walk in the room. She don't. Dorit, you got a lot of nerve. You the one need some attention because you ain't got no storyline. So I believe Renna said. And the sad part is, probably don't even think that she totally meant nothing by Lisa Renna, but she probably said it in a way that is like, oh, look, we don't need this. We don't need this on this show. They are so enclosed, and I'm not making excuses for them, but they so doggone enclosed in their bubble. They have never had a black person. If they had a black person on that show, I don't know who they was because I don't remember. It might be one or two. So they so enclosed in their bubble. She probably said it, and maybe didn't mean it in a mean, devious way, but I believe she said it. I believe she said it. And then Garcelle said, so I'm supposed to sit here and think that nobody on here ever had, none of the cast, none of y'all ever had a problem with me bringing race into the issue. Oh, no, that's the real world. That's what, Kyle, that's what we need to talk about. Girl, bye. I'm not saying they racist or anything. I'm not saying that. But they get uncomfortable when you talk about race. And Crystal, how you sit there and open your mouth when you said, when you and Garcelle was talking in the first couple of episodes, that you kind of felt the same way, but now all of a sudden, you see what I'm telling you, they done muzzled her and got her to pipe down. They done intimidated you. You weak, Crystal, you weak. I'm not here for it, but Garcelle is not weak. So then after Garcelle mentions that, then Lisa Rinna makes the whole, well, I want this to be over with. I really like you. And when she gets up out of her seat and goes over and sits by Garcelle, Erica Jane say, what is going on? You see how your friend flip? Lisa Rinna say they not gonna leave that on me today. They not gonna mark me as being someone that said that I don't like black people. That's the, oh, no, they not gonna cancel me today. I'm getting up out of my seat. I need this job. Girl, she was hugging all on Garcelle. Oh, I just want to, we are friends, and if I didn't care about you, I would just say, she's so damn phony. Honey, Erica Jane, you didn't get the memo that your girl is phony. You see how she flipped on you? Y'all had a little talk before y'all came. Now we gonna let Garcelle have it, yeah, because such and such and such. Honey, when she brought that up, because you know what? I believe deep down, Lisa Rinna knows she said that. She said it. I do believe she said it. And so in order to cover her behind from anything on social media, she ain't crazy. She got up and then made an extra effort. So Garcelle was like, yeah, we're gonna start over. And then Dorit, but do you mean it? And Erica J said, just leave it alone, Dorit. Yeah, Dorit, shut up. Go find you a storyline, girl. Please go find you something to do. So let's get back to the next. So basically they decided that they were gonna agree to work on their relationship. We'll see. I don't buy it, because I don't buy it. So next they start talking about Sutton, and Sutton revealed to us that her and her boyfriend broke up on Valentine's Day. He broke. How take somebody on a trip for Valentine and break up with them? That's cold blooded. She said he told her, I just can't do it. But everybody was like, when she, even Erica Jane, what happened? Oh, people really want to know your business. They don't like you, but when they hear something bad, now if she'd have said, oh, we engaged, or we're moving in together, they wouldn't have said nothing. But when it's something bad, people sure want to hear your misery. Misery love company. That's what it is. Well, girl, what happened? They all want to know. So that's what she told him about the breakup, and she said, I was devastated. He just said he can't. He said I can't do this anymore. I was like, damn, son. That's cold. So she said, of course, she was heartbroken at first, but she's doing well now. She's taking some time, and now she's back dating again. So good for her. She has moved into her house. I think she said she moved in maybe a week or two ago, whatever. Beautiful home. Beautiful. And, she's real happy. I'm happy for Sutton. She seems to be, she was in an unhappy marriage for so many years. And she seems to have, gotten her life together. So she's enjoying her new life, her new singleness. And she look happy. So that's all that's important. Oh, and then we also said, I'm skipping around, but let's go back to Lisa Rinna and Garcelle. And Lisa Rinna was like, I think we could be friends again if you would be the old Garcelle. What happened to the old Garcelle? And Garcelle said, what happened to old Lisa Rinna that was warm and kind? Erica said, well, she still is. She still is. Girl, shut up. So, Lisa Rinna said, Harry and I were watching the show. Lies. Harry said, what happened to Garcelle? She just doesn't look happy. Girl, Harry don't be bothered with you like that. Go sit down somewhere, Lisa Rinna. Harry does not be bothered with you like that. Come on now. Harry said he gonna do 3-4 scenes a season. Y'all probably have to sit down and put that shit in writing, cause he don't like you like that. Okay, we can all see Harry don't like you like that. She's a liar. Maybe one of your daughters maybe said that, but I seriously doubt you and Harry was sitting down watching TV. Girl, bye. So let's get back to Sutton. Sutton, Sutton said, Andy said, how's the store doing? She said, oh, my business is doing really well, even during the pandemic. And she pointed to Lisa Rinna when she said business. And Lisa's like, oh, did you point at me? She said, yeah, I pointed at you. Because apparently, I rarely watch what's happening live. I rarely watch. I used to watch it all the time, but child, I be ready to go to sleep. And I don't tape it because I'm not going to watch it. I'm just not going to watch it the next day. If it's something that major happens, it's always, on social media or something. But anyway, apparently Lisa Rinna made a little quip about her store, because she said something about Sutton. Well, she doesn't really have anything going on. So Andy said on Watch What's Happening Live, he said she has a store, but that's not really a business. Really, Lisa Rinna? But you had a store, and that was a business. It failed, but So yeah, she threw that to her child. They are so dang on childish. Ugh. So that was pretty much it with Sutton. So then next, Andy brings out Kathy because the set that they're seeing. You know how they kind of they do a different set each season with the shows. Well, this set is a simulation of Kathy Hilton's backyard. I don't know Kathy house. Kathy lit. I mean, she Kathy Hilton. What you expect? So it was really pretty, the set. So Andy said, "You think she gonna know what it is when she come out, Kyle?" So Kyle said, "Who knows with Kathy?" So Kathy came out, and Andy said, uh, Kathy, do you know what the set is? Do you know where you are? Do you know what this is supposed to be? And she kind of say, what? I don't. And then she kind of looks around. She's like, my backyard. Kathy just be making us think that she real sharp. Let me tell you something. Kathy a sharp cookie. She know what she doing. But yeah, she said simulation of my backyard. So uh, they showed a little skit where when she picked Kyle up for the show, she scared her because apparently Kyle is in a Halloween movie that she was in 40 years ago with her and Jamie Lee Curtis. She played the little girl in a movie. I don't watch scary movies, so I have no idea. It's supposed to be like a classic movie, and they redid it. So I think it came out yesterday or whatever. So that's Because somebody said, Cal, did you really break your nose? They wrote in, one of the viewers, Cal, did you really break your nose? Or did you just want to get another nose job? No, I broke my nose on the set. So, um, that pretty much was it. So we ended on a little lighthearted note. Um, let me think. Let me think. Let's see. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Next week we're gonna go more into, of course, the whole Erica Jane situation, and I guess that'll be interesting. I don't know if they're gonna spend a whole episode, because I mean, let's face it, that was what, 80%, 80% of the season, pretty much, or more, 85, 90% of the season. Overall, it was okay for the first episode. Some people got their moments, and hopefully we don't hear nothing else from them for the next three the next three parts. Renna and but I'm sure we're gonna hear something from Renna, because she got to be cheerleader for her good girlfriend, her financier, her financier, Erica Jane. So, thank you all for joining me for this recap of the reunion of the season 11 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free. I will talk to you guys for part 2 next week.